Hey guys, I'm coming to you with a very controversial topic today. A lot of people have discussions about who is happy. Are they those who have husbands and wives in the house, or are they those who are single? The current generation, everybody says it makes me happy to be alone. Now, I want to ask you and just be frank and share your views. In my view, I think being happy is about what is my intention. What did you want to have in life? Maybe if you wanted to have children and you have them, then you can be happy. Maybe in life you wanted to have a vehicle. If you have it, then that makes you happy. You wanted to be a writer. Like I ever dreamt to be a writer for too long. I remember I started writing when I was about 3 years. Just when I was starting, somebody told me you should be a writer. By the time I was in class 8, I wrote a lot of inshas, and you can be sure to ask my teacher, Mr. Okoyo, Mr. Baraza. They taught me and they were telling me you have a potential of being a writer. And so when I went to high school, I wrote a lot of poems and I kept those books. I also wrote some stories. When I went to university, I gave somebody to print them. And I went to see Emmanuel Mbogo, who is a professor. He was a professor at KU that time, so that he can assist me to publish. I even went to Sinderitu, if you know her. I went up to her estates and I never got her. She had already moved. I went to East African publishers. I visited a lot of organizations, including KICD. It was by that time KIE. And I never made it. Now, there's a time I even went to the book shows. Wherever they normally bring a lot of like Penguin publishers from South Africa. I even met the Dar es Salaam publishers, and they promised me they would do something, and I was quite happy. And I never made it actually. I even taught in Nairobi for a while before I taught in Mombasa. And when I was in Mombasa, somebody told me, you teachers who are in Mombasa, you have an opportunity to publish. And that is when I really said, yeah, this is something I must pursue. I talked to some teachers. They are my friends there, Madam Sophia. I even had Madam Martha and all other teachers. I wanted them to come up with something. And it took us so long. But I was not giving up. And I think the first time I published was in 2022. And I was quite excited. The dream was valid. And I realized that sometimes when you have a dream and you work with wrong people, maybe people who don't have the same dream like you, it might not really work. Even though some people let me down, but I'm just excited that from there, I've made it to publish a lot of stuff. And I think those who are my targets, you've seen my work, and I'm so happy that you normally encourage me. You normally correct me, and I add value often. Now, I was not to talk about publishing anyway, but I was just on the topic. Are those people in marriage happy, or are those who are single happy? Now, I have people in my family, some who are single, some who are married, and I've seen those who are married are happy, and those who are single, some of them are happy. But maybe this cannot be a universal thing. But I think if you really had a dream to be married and have a happy family, you have a husband who can be there for you, and maybe when you don't have money, he has money you can take from him or borrow from him, and a husband who makes your life exciting, then that one can really, you can have a tick and say that marriage is something that makes you happy. Now we have situations where I have also some relatives who are not happy though they are married. Why? Because possibly the dream they had in marriage is not what they have today. Their husbands maybe are drunkards. Some of them maybe bully them. They even molest them. They don't have respect for them. So when you lack your dignity because of the partner you have, whether it's a wife or husband, then I don't think happiness can really land in your kingdom. Yeah, the kingdom of marriage can only be happy when you are deriving happiness from it. Maybe it makes you, even when you are far from home, you think of my partner, you think of my wife, my husband. But there are people who cannot even wish to go back to their homes because their wives are nagging. Maybe their wives do not even want to work, they want to ask for everything from them. Maybe their wives are kind of beasts, as people say, lionesses, who are there, maybe asking, whom are you calling? Why are you calling at this time? Who is that woman I saw you with? Um, and all that. They can't even will to wash the clothes of their husbands. Maybe they can't have a clean house, the house is dirty. I have my schoolmate whom I'm told today he's quite unhappy because he married. Why? This woman is a witch. She brought a snake in the home, and when the husband came from work a distance, he used to live far. He beat the snake, and up to now, he's a paralyzed man who cannot do anything. And this woman now brings around men, even in the house, and does the act in the presence of the husband. You can imagine that. So how can you say that happiness is because of having a husband or a wife? This man is not happy. Now we have situations where maybe you have a wife and everything she does is to sit and eat while you are the one working and struggling. And even if you have challenges, she cannot pay attention. You can even have another who is working just like you, but you cannot even understand why they're working because all they do is gossip, they demand, they make demands. I ever talked with someone when I had not gone to college, and he was really complaining. The wife was a lawyer and he was a teacher. So this wife goes to work and then now begins to compare the notes between her husband and the friend's husband. So if the husband of the friend is buying things for the friend, for the friends, she wants the same to happen with the husband, regardless of what they earn. So we have also situations of single women who say they are so happy, but then you get a moment when they feel lonely and maybe they cannot have someone to help them, and sometimes they have even to go after other people's husbands, or maybe even to be wasted by young men who cheat them that they love them, but they're not, it's not out of love, it's just out of experimentation anyway, as we know the situation is. So this sometimes you are single and somebody comes says, oh, so you are single, let's mingle. But then when they come in your life, it's all about tasting and seeing why is this one not married, and then at the end of it they make your life so terrible. And the society is a judgment aspect. Remember, if we read through the Greeks aspects and all that, we understand that you are not free. Look at Stuart Mill. He says that we are not free. We are attached to what the society is, and maybe the society has some demands. But back to the topic, are we happy because of having a husband or a wife, or because of being single? This is a topic that is quite controversial currently, and I don't know. I'm just throwing back to you so that you can talk about it. And next time I'll be having a group of friends so that we talk about this and we have different views. They say why they are happy and why others are happy, why others are not happy. And maybe that one can really help us understand when you tell people you are happy, what do we mean actually? Yeah. Bye bye and stay focused. Subscribe to my channel. That is Prissy for life.